All right, Truth Seekers. I would say it's Truth Seeker Thursday, and it is a great day, a momentous day here in the base camp, and I'm just really excited. But today's show is going to bring the past and present together because we're going to talk about 20 of the most, I don't know, insidious government conspiracies within our wheelhouse that have gone on over the years, and we're going to talk about some of those today. We're talking about Operation Mockingbird. We're going to be going into the Denver airport a little bit. We'll go into Roswell, New Mexico, all the way back down to Paperclip into you name it, Area 51. So we're going to talk about all those tonight. And if you're old enough or too old or too young, you're going to remember some of this stuff and we're going to bring it out. But what you're going to find out is when I get all the way back down to number one, because we're going to do the top 20 down to number one, then you're going to know once we get a little closer, it's going to give you a little more bearings of the BS that we're having today with the so-called disclosure files. But people say, hey, Roderick, more still to come. They're going to send more files out. So don't worry. Don't do all of that. So I'm excited. Had a great moment about 20 minutes prior to the show. And it's been well worth it. We've been working on this particular moment for 3 to 4 months now. And maybe I'll bring it up or maybe I'll share it tomorrow. And so we can kind of go from there. So let's get right into the show. When you start thinking about some of the top conspiracies out there and what had happened and all of these things, there's not more than these 20 that I'm going to bring up in the countdown that is probably bigger than anything else, because every last one of them drives the notion that they're not going to tell us nothing. And they've been wagging the dog for years and over and over and over. So we're going to start with number 20 and we'll work our way down. And number 20 already starts with Operation Mockingbird. Now, some of you may put that on your top 10, but Operation Mockingbird is what really started it all, because the allegations of that was that all of these intelligence agencies infiltrated and influenced all the major media organizations to shape public perception during the Cold War and beyond. And they're probably still doing it today, because we already know that our world is ran by these media organizations, and it's just something they've been doing on a prominent time. But when you think about this, and when you think about some of the stuff, the questions are always to a point: did the intelligence agency secretly shape mainstream narratives? And these are questions that you should ask yourself. These are questions that everyone should ask themselves. But do we need to answer to that? Because we already know they did and still doing and have been doing propaganda for the eons, as long as I can remember, and everything else. The other part is, why were journalists allegedly connected to intelligence operations? Now, do we need to answer that personally? Money. They paid them. They threatened them. They did whatever. If they can control the strings, just like The Godfather, then they're going to get people to do what they have to do. And so it wasn't, that hard probably getting somebody back in that days making 15 or 20,000 a year and offering them another, 3 or 4K, which in today's time could be 30,000. They're going to sell out. And they did continuously. And those are things that went down. And then, of course, when you think about this modern media manipulation, just the digital evolution of Mockingbird, I will think so. I will look at what is happening today, and what we see today is probably an evolution of it. And like I said, by the time we get down to number one, we're going to try to squeeze all that into this hour, because there's some good stuff, good conversation, things that you probably didn't even know about that was pretty big, and then some of them most notable. And so we'll continue with that. But as we go into this, how much of public opinion is organic versus engineered when we start thinking about today? And so I want you to keep that in mind, because I wanted to put Operation Mockingbird number 20, because it started the whole thing, the propaganda and the lies and everything else that we see, and it'll couple all of 19 down to number one, and that we're going to get into it. But again, I hope all of this thing is going to be great information and learning curve for some of you newbies, that I will say. Number 19, which correlates to what people are saying today, is Project Blueprint. People are saying what is happening today is what's happening. Now, if you didn't know anything about Project Blueprint, then it's a theory claiming that advanced technology, psychological warfare, as well as staged global events could be or create fake religious or extraterrestrial centralized control. Now, I got a few questions here on my notes, and we'll go over that. But when you start thinking about Project Bluebeam, when they just start saying that they call in all of the priests from everywhere, when they just start saying that, oh, this is going to affect Christianity, when we start hearing Israel is calling in all the churches to do this major event October the 7th, including the Potter's House, the big church, Concord here, all of them under Israel. I'm just floored when I saw that. But think about it. So the PSYOPs is already here in beginning. And this stuff has been going on quite some time. It's been going on a long time, and they're executing it now. So we think in terms, all right, maybe they'll do this in 3 to 5 years. They play a long game. They don't just play 10, 15-year game, because the government is ongoing. Presidents are short. Office are held 4 to 8 years or whatever. So that's why they don't even know a lot of this stuff. But anyway, when we think about Project Bluebeam, what about this? Could a holographic technology manipulate entire populations? So the key to it is, are we going to see these motherships, which they done beamed it up there from above or below, one of the ways it's going to do it, and we're going to see it, and then you're going to have what we call problem, reaction, solution, because they're going to create the problem, and then we're going to react to it, and then the hero is going to sweep in like, oh, yeah, I'm your hero, then, sign me up to be your political leader, whatever, and people are going to fall for it. I'm going to release the Epstein files, even though I'm in it. I don't know why they believe that one, but you get what I'm saying. And so these are things they're going to do. And why do people fear staged alien invasion scenarios? And they know it. Public will fear whether it's real or not, But here's something I want to point out to you. Those shifty shapeshifters, reptilians, have always used holographic technology. And supposedly that is coming down, and soon you will be able to see some of them, maybe. It all depends, because sometimes you might not believe what you see. You might see it just, and you be like, no, did I just see that? And you're like, yeah, you did. So who knows? The other part, could religion and technology eventually merge into a political control? That sounds like what they're about to do, because you remember, those are two massive arms of control. One is controlling the mind, the other one's controlling the people, and the one that controls the mind can control the people too. And they run concurrent when they are controlled. So you have intelligence agencies, religious institutions, you have all of these different, media conglomerates, social, plans. Everything is designed to control the masses, to get them to think and see and feel, wherever the five senses, whatever they want you to feel. So there we go. So number 18, which is happening for show, is HAARP. I know if you've heard of HAARP. If you haven't, go look it up. It is the weather manipulation machine. And it's kind of weird, because this past Saturday, we have these old Illuminati game cards that we have. And the game cards was made back in the 1990s and 80 something. And they had a card showing an airplane with a cow rope around the clouds, like they're just guiding it. And then they're down on the ground. It's got this cartoon of a tornado. Like, we can just bring a tornado wherever we want. And if you start thinking about something that I started thinking about war long time ago, it's like, why war? Why would they want war? They're going to destroy everything. And then it hit me. That's the process. See, destroying is nothing. The money is in the rebuild. The money is in the people saying, oh, it's okay to send $1 billion to rebuild the land over there or wherever they're doing it. And now all of the contractor friends and everybody else is getting paid. And when they don't have nothing else to do, because they're not making no more land anymore, so you destroy what's on it. And then you come back and rebuild it and keep the cycle of money going, perpetuated all the time. So war is a machine itself. The outcome of the war is a whole different machine. So they're all in on it. And you think about HAARP doing it. So it's called the acronym for the High Frequency Active Aurora Research Program, and became the center of theories. Now, if you go back and you do the history of HAARP, you will find that the guy who created it initially created to give rain to people in areas that didn't have rain. It was done out of good. He created it out of good. And then all of a sudden they decide to do what? Turn into a military machine. And they do that all the time. No matter what, you can create something for humanity today, But if the opposite of that can destroy humanity, then they are going to do it. And so I think it's pretty interesting to understand that and definitely pay close attention to that and as we go there. So that's number 18, and we will get to some more and right as we go from now. So real quickly, as you know, we are doing some great things. And if you are going to be here in Dallas, I think it's May 22nd, we're going to have our movie night. And we got our popcorn machine over here. Holly just brought a popcorn machine. And then, yeah. And then we're going to, in Devon, we got some hot dogs machine. TK is going to bring the healthy lettuce stuff. And I'm just going to eat the stuff. Okay. And so it's a teamwork of things, that we're doing. But the whole thing is to bring the community together, and be honest with you, is to bring the kid out of all the kings and queens. Okay. Because sometimes we just get too damn serious when we get old. Right. And me being 25 times 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, I mean, that'll get you somewhere. That'll get some stuff. So bring the kid out of every king so we can kind of do what we're doing. And let's move to number 17. Now, number 17 caught my attention when I used to travel. And lo and behold, we're talking about the Denver International Airport. Have any of you been in that place? If you have, put in the chat a 1, okay? Only for 1 if you've been in there and you had an opportunity to walk around that place, okay? That place had every bit of telling us what time it was in real time, in their time, so to speak. And it is no joke. So if you've been in Denver National Airport, they have rumors all over about their bizarre murals that they have, the tunnel rumors, the apocalypse artwork that they have in there, the New World Order symbolism is in there. Why would they do that? So let me put a couple of those images on the screen for you, for those of you who didn't travel there, because I think it's worthy for you to know. Like this blue stallion, the symbolism, this thing, and everything that's over it would just rock your world, and they didn't waste no time. Now, we can think, oh, they're talking about the Denver Broncos. Really? Really? You take them demonic eyes out of that bad boy if you want to, and those are the things. So another one in their images is this mural. This is on the wall. This mural is on the wall, and it depicts a lot of stuff. And they got other stuff, murals with people with gas masks and all of these things there. And they are showing you how they see this world. And so definitely, like I said, you want to pay attention to those things. Then I'm going to show you something in just a second that I want you to pay attention to, because the signs don't lie. They just don't lie. The signs don't lie, and you can't ignore them. So I'm going to give you a disclaimer. Your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. So open up your mind and just give you a real good cliche moment. The mind is like a parachute. It works best when it's open. Okay, let's go with that. All right, so I'm going to show you a couple of more pictures in Denver here. One in particular is this one. This is that underground railroad that they have here. And you see the DNA scale things on the wall right there. And then I start counting the fingers of those other lights. That's 5 fingers. That's telling you something is down there. And if that don't give you the illusion of something is down there, then you can get into this one in their thing with the gargoyles everywhere. All right. This is at an airport, by the way. And that thing is sitting in your luggage. The demons are with you. It travels. Maybe that's the sign that it's telling you. That thing is sitting inside a suitcase, and symbolically, it's with you. It's just with you, period. And welcome. All right. And so that's something to think about. This is on the floor. I don't even really know what it is. I can see it a little bit, but what I'm about to show you next is going to tell it all to you. The image that I'm going to show you next is the one, okay? And make no mistake about it. And, okay, I'm just going to show it to you. And then I want you to read the verbiage of this image. When I saw it for the first time, it didn't make sense for me 15 years ago. Now, it makes a lot of sense. So let me put it on the screen, and you suck this one up right now. Yep, this is in Denver Airport. Freaking reptilian construction worker. And he says, apologize for the noise. Now read the verbiage. It takes really big drills to get to the underworld. These people, this is in plain sight. You can't make this stuff up. It's in plain sight. and people just ignore it. Oh, that's beautiful, whatever, cosmic artwork or whatever you want to call it. Are you serious? Am I the only one look? Oh, okay, just me. I'm the only one to see reptilians because I'm into reptilians all the time. That don't look like a reptilian to y'all, or it's just a lizard man. And it takes really big drills to get to the underworld. He didn't say underground. He didn't say that. And he's a construction worker. All right, I'll just take it by myself. I know I'm by myself. Ain't nobody paying attention to it. That's cool. That's all good. Y'all can miss it if you want to. No, we got some wows. There's one person. Thank you. We'll continue. All right, so let's keep going because we're going to speed this up and so we can get to our talking points there. But anyway, it's a lot of symbolism in that Denver airport, intentionally done. You're talking about the conspiracy culture that everybody is lacked onto that location now. And they are saying it is something underground. Most recently, a few years ago, there was a big, huge aircraft or spaceship or whatever you want to call it sitting over that thing. They grounded all the flights and they talked about it on air traffic control. You can Google it, you can find it, and everything stopped. And it was sitting over Denver's airport. And maybe it was lost. It was like, when there used to be something else here. What's this stuff? You were just sitting there like, where do we go into the ground at? So you just never know. All right. So the next one will be, besides Denver, let's see. It's going to be something called Operation North Woods. I don't know if you've heard of that, which is, I'll give you an overview of this. It's a real declassified proposal involving potential false flag concepts designed to justify the military actions in Cuba back in the day. And this one went pretty good. So a lot of people know that our military is always tied to some type of false flag scenarios, because if they don't want to do the real one, and the real one may cause real military use, then this is where the word psyops come into place, because they will put that out there, and then all of a sudden they will begin the process. And so if you're just joining us, happy Thursday, or what I say, Truth Thursday with you. And I'm Roderick Martin, you Truth versus Authority. Make sure you all hit the subscribe button. If you have not, we're working on hitting 30K subscribers. And so we're doing a great job. And every one of you who have not, it counts. All right. So when you think about that Operation Norwood Operation Northwoods, then there's a couple of things about it too, because they was talking about it happened once on paper when they first did the first psyops, and again, it's just going a little differently. So when you start hearing a lot of false flags, and we probably get to more in this countdown, you're going to see a similarity in the process. So they keep testing these theories or hypotheses until it becomes a theory, which we think they've already done that, and now we're going to see the actual thing coming up in our time. All right, so this is what they're working to. There was another one at this time, and all of this ties into our conspiracy world. So number 15, and I'll make sure I didn't skip one for you, because it's sure like I'm just moving pretty fast. Okay, no, we're doing good. Number 15 is the Franklin scandal. Now, this is the allegation involving political corruption, abuse, blackmail. We're talking elite cover-ups tied to the Nebraska power circles in the 1980s. So you got to remember, all of these things move us into the world of where we are today, from aliens to the Epstein files to all this stuff it all connects the dots. It's just, we need to not look at everything individualized. We got to we do want to compartmentalize things to a point to gather evidence. But once you start seeing the bigger picture, then you will know that nothing just happens. They don't, you don't make this stuff up. You don't make this stuff up. And so you have to go with that. So at this point, we're going to get to the next one, and I'm going to do that right after my little quick message right here and my little video. So let's do it. Where's my video? Oh, it's somewhere. I don't know. So I'm going to play a little message, and never mind the beard, because I didn't get a haircut but let's go with it.
I want to thank everybody who's got your copy of the Book of Sacred Secrets. I've been getting incredible reviews on people and how this has been helping people today. This is something that you must have in your arsenal. This book is going to be life-changing for you. It's a downloadable copy, so you'll be able to print it up, print a sheet up, or whatever you want, study it, take it to work, give it to someone, and maybe some in particular information. But this is something that you need in your arsenal. Go to the website. The link is right here in the description. It's also in the video as well. You got to get your copy of the Book of Sacred Secrets. And once again, it supports the community. True information is from the cosmos, from infinite consciousness that you need to learn and you need to have in your arsenal.
All right. So I'm very encouraged of all of you who have been picking up this, because, you know, I'm going to take this down, you know, and maybe tomorrow for sure, or Saturday or whatever. And I'm going to surprise some of you. I know some of you didn't get to our reptilian. And now that this stuff is a little more prevalent, those of you who picked up, and some of you bought a hat and shirt this weekend too, just look in your email over the weekend, and I'm going to send you a drive link to download the Reptilian Rule webinar as well. Just because, you know, we've been doing our raising funds for the last few weeks. Now, granted, to be honest with you, we did not reach that goal that we wanted to, and I'll be just as transparent with that. So I did go out and held a sign, and we'll work for food on the corner, and instead of getting money, they started giving me food. I'm like, what for? You know, this is humor, by the way. So a little satire. But the other part of this is we'll work for food. And then some people were screaming out the car, you don't need a job. You don't need to eat nothing else, you know? And it was like, whatever. You know, I took the jokes because, you know, had we reached our goal, I wouldn't have been out there doing that. And then, of course, you know, just other things. And I did go down to the club to dance on a pole. And they just don't hire older people to do that. They just don't hire older people to dance on a pole. So I just couldn't get the job, you know? So other than that, I just would have hoped that we can make it up. You go get the books of Sacred Secrets, and then you go ahead and you're going to get some extra bonus for that. All right. So just as you would know that we also are supported by Make It Song, baby. Did I say it right? Did I say it right? She's right here. This is the stuff I told y'all I've been using. Now, which one? This is the Orion. And tell me a little bit about it. What's in it real quick? Shea butter. We have shea butter. And it's shea lotion. Let me put the logo on the screen and then the web address, and y'all can go there and get you some shea lotion. And it's custom. It's all made with true love, y'all. You just got to know it's love in this stuff. And then let me put it on the screen for you right there. And I pronounced it right. My Ebonics is now cured. Make It Song. And we're doing it right there. So anyway, get y'all some of this. And I'm telling you, I actually have some extras because Yaya couldn't put hers on the plane because you can't carry that. And I just talked to Yaya today, and she said, when you plan on sending me my stuff in the mail? I said, girl, you told me to keep it. You know, it's so, and I've been using it now, so she's going to be a little short-handed. All right, so let me find the website. I'm going to put it on the screen while we're talking here, and we'll go from there. All right, so make sure you go and get you some of this. Well, actually, just go to the website, and then you will see all of the products and everything else, and she will ship it straight out to you, right? Oh, we have that. What is this? What we're going to do? Oh, we got. We're going to get this to someone? Anybody? Oh, okay. So we have let me put it right here, a gift. This is for the 20th, the relationship. Oh, for August the 8th, when New Life comes up here, August the 8th, the relationship. So you and your boo, or you to get a boo, or to feel soft when you get a boo, you will be able to have this on and, to blend or play. Whoa. Watch out now. She said, hey, she said you can play with your boo. All right, so that's going to be given away for the event August the 8th here in Dallas. You know, New Life Tools, Brother Dream and his wife Desiree is going to be here. Brother Joseph will be here. I'll be emceeing as well, and we'll be going over some things. And it's really good because we're going to be talking about relationships in the conscious world. And I'll tell you that it is a epidemic in my eyes in conversations of, you know, the singleness. I like to say loneliness because sometimes you can get things in your mind and shit and talk to all day. But, and that's rapid too, because there seems to be a love something in the sky that we just can't see. and it's enough. Now, I dealt with it when I was married to the religious woman, and she was always talking about Jesus and loving Jesus. And one day I remember I had to go in there and say, "Hey, Jesus is getting ready to make love to you tonight through me." It worked. Oh, it was great. It was awesome. She just gave Jesus everything. And I was like, give it to him some more. Keep it coming. So the whole point is, you know what? We might have kids watching tonight. I didn't get my code of PG, so I'm going to keep going. But yeah, so the shea butter is the bomb. And we'll keep doing what we do. All right, let's keep going with the show. Anyway, make it so. Go there to the website.com, pick out something for you, and just, it's my hell no. They were like laughing, like, all right. So somebody asked, does it have oil that heats up? Oh, they getting a little kinky with this stuff, huh? She said you can do what you want. You can do what you want. It is very easy for you to turn the heat up with it. Yeah, just go ahead. And it's safe for all areas, right? It is safe for all areas. And you let your imagination take you there, okay? Oh, it's not edible though. Because it's who? Because it's butter, it's not edible. But eat me. I'll fuck that shit. I'm just telling you. Don't let that deter you. Okay? Don't let it's not edible. The instructions are wrong. It's not the right instructions. Let me get back on the show so we can keep going. But anyway, make it so. You see it on the address. Let's roll. And somebody said, talk to the king. I hear you. Let's roll it. We all on the same page here. That's what I love about this community. And all right, so Area 51. Now let me back up. So I skipped one. No, we did. Number 14 is the Philadelphia experiment. Okay. And I don't know if y'all paid attention to it. Allegations in this one at the time was that it was a secret military experiment that attempted invisibility and teleportation technology aboard a Navy vessel. Now, if you go back into some of the stories, now this one will freak you out a little bit because these people came back and they was part of the boat. They were stuck like in time, like infused, which tells you, if you ever heard me give you some of things that I would talk about the affirmation that I do at night when I'm doing my little traveling, or I'm still going deeper into the CIA stuff. And the affirmation started out, I'm more than my physical body, I'm more than physical matter, and I can see beyond the physical world, blah, blah, blah. So obviously we are infused with that atom. The atom is part of all of us. That means that this phone that I got, this wooden desk, the whatever, all of us is part of this one thing. And obviously they figured that out with the Philadelphia experiment when some of these people came back part of the boat. And go look that up. That movie is pretty darn interesting, by the way. And I think it also opened up the door for time travel, maybe, if you start thinking about some of the stuff. But anyway, this story has survived for decades. And why? Because it is not that unbelievable, but it does take you into the unexplained. It takes you into the paranormal when you start thinking about the Philadelphia experiment, because it has a lot of moving parts. And we're talking electromagnetic experimentation. They definitely took that too far, when you start thinking about all these things. And literally, they stumbled up on this. They didn't plan this one. Something backfired, and they got that, And so, oh boy, that is something to really take. Somebody say I saw that movie with my grandmother. Yeah, it's been out a long time. So, and definitely been out quite some time. All right, so number 13, by all means necessary, if you just really think it wouldn't even be on number 13's list, is Area 51. Now, Area 51 became the most famous secret military facility on Earth linked to UFOs, reverse engineer, and hidden aerospace. Now, I'm going to put a picture on the screen because you got to remember what this thing was. It was out in the middle of nowhere, the desert, and still today they will kill you to get too close. In fact, there was a documentary that went on one time. They took it down, but the guy during the documentary got too close and they shot his head off, and they filmed this thing, and it was real. And it got out a little bit, but that was a warning shot over the bow, so to speak, right? And so they have protected this place like it ain't nothing. But then, of course, now we're hearing it's got a little more than what we see. And this is something that we should look into. Now, where I'm really like over the hill with this UFO stuff, and we'll get to that next at some point, but Area 51 is where we should have saw the bodies. So, or not Area 51, but we'll get to that when we get down to Roswell, okay? But the whole point is all of this stuff, they got enough real stuff that's been around so long. They ain't have to release the crap that they gave us, is what I'm saying. And then there's still people, oh, they just started. Really? You gonna fall for that one? No, don't fall for that one. They're just checking our temperature, and we need to let them know we're not too hot about it, or we're not satisfied. Then they're gonna know, well, we gotta give them a little more. Because you give a mouse a cookie, they're gonna want a glass of milk, and we're gonna be a mouse about it. We want a glass of milk. We want our 15 pounds of flesh. I want it all. Give it to me all. We want it all. All right, so we're gonna get down to number 12, which I think is very interesting, by the way. And we talk about this subject all the time. We're talking about Men in Black. Now, Men in Black stories, and if you just join us, we're doing a top 20 of these classified stuff that's out there, which lead us to where we at today. We will get down today when we get down to our number 1 and number 2 and number 3 spot, and tie it all together for you into why all of this leads us down this pipeline to where we are right now. So when you go back to the Men in Black stories involving the mysterious agents intimidating UFO witnesses and researchers after sighting, this has been around for quite some time. In fact, Darren Kuby, who we're going to probably have tomorrow on here, from the Michael Jackson story. Y'all go back and remember him. We had him. If you want to go back and look at the previous live streams that we did, his father was in the band of the Shy-Lights. His father's van used to open for Jackson 5 and Joe Jackson and all of them, or for Jackson 5. And him as a kid witnessed a lot of ritualistic stuff. And these things was pretty interesting, including the mouth drop with the big rat going down and opening up to a lizard look. Okay. And he talked about all that. Now, what I hadn't told him, which we will discuss tomorrow, is not only, and I think I mentioned to y'all yesterday, so about a week ago, and what spurred this up, because I'm being petty, is the Jacksons family actually told me to take it down. I got an email from the Jacksons, and they was real. They verified they real people, and Tito's kids, by the way. And all I remember when I was young, Tito, stop teasing, Jackson in the thing. So anyway, so they told me to take the stuff down. Now, of course, you can sue and give people cease and desist if it's untrue. You can ask them when it's true. Okay, so I'm just letting you know. So he's going to be back. Now, at the same time we did that show, we had our tip line open, and I got emails from people, and one particular called a girl. She said her and her friend was dating. They were young. They was like really young, climbing out their windows, getting into a black limousine, and it happened to be blah, blah, blah person. You got to put it to the show tomorrow, and I will bring it up, okay? So that's your enticement to know who was in the black limo, and I still got that email and the phone number in the call. I'm going to try to reach that person too. Now, what we are trying to do is there is a person, and because I'm covering our ground, and we're reaching out to the lady right now who can do a not just a lie detector test. I forget what it's called, but she can do it online while he's there. So we're going to wheel this out because we're getting a little bigger and we got to cover ourselves legally. Okay. So he agreed to it. That's made for TV. And we're going to do it. So hopefully, now don't get me wrong, because we didn't get our support, financial support we need, the lights may be off tomorrow and we can't do it. It's just possible. But we've done it before. I may beg the electrician guy to stay on the pole till after the show. Maybe we get him a pizza because we at 5 o'clock. He might want to go home and just cut the lights off because we're underfunded. It's a community funded show and all those things. But that's okay. That's okay. Because our producer over here burns candles ritualistically. And the way things been going recently, and we got candles every fucking where now. I'm just like, we candle back. And the candle that she gave me as a gift is coming up front now. Yeah, I'm going to turn it on. Yeah. It's got to come into action. It has a purpose. Okay, it has a purpose. All right, so let's get into the next one. So Men in Black, let me go back over that a little bit. Is and the question always being, are they humans? Are they symbolic? Are they something else different? So that's always a story to really think about. Could they, are they psychologically manipulating these witnesses? Because everybody always tell the same story of these Men in Black. And the reason I brought that up, now remember, he said they came to the house when they did something. So I'm gonna recant that part of the interview too, because that stood out the last time. And that was kind of a little unbelievable a little bit, but now a year later, shucks. And after what we witness all the time, if y'all been around us, nothing just happens. We're in a magical world, people. We are in a magical world. And welcome to Truth versus Authority. All right, we're in a magical world. All right, so with that being said, somebody tell me I'm gonna start wearing garlic. Well, then you just the one talking about putting on oil. That mix not good. Garlic and shea butter ain't gonna work for you. It ain't gonna heat up. You heat up the garlic and the shea butter, I will assume that the flavor of the garlic is gonna take over, and your boo ain't gonna go with that, Damon. So I don't think you want to do that. Or you can wear it separately. Or, you know what? We don't know. Is this strong enough to cover garlic? Oh, there's protection pouches. We got you covered here. We got you covered. So we got you covered from werewolves, vampires, demons, nun stuff, whatever, government officials and boo nannies, whatever. We got you covered all in here. So whatever y'all want to do, we got y'all covered. So let's keep going and through our talking points. We're number 11, which is MK Ultra. Now, this is one of our favorites. All of us talk about the psyops of MK Ultra. I mean, this just goes all the way down. And we're talking a real CIA mind control research program involving psychological experiments, drugs, behavior manipulation. And some say that still goes on today. Now, they supposedly shut this down. And one of the things that I'm studying, and congratulations to those people who were in the reptilian rules, who I then gave access, a special link to get them a copy of the CIA stuff with the workbooks, with the audio, the mental audio stuff that will take you out of this world, by the Monroe Institute, the official one that works with the CIA documents. And it's one of the best. And at one point, I was trying to get people in our audience to do it with me so that we can send messages. And boy, some of y'all some scary people. Yeah. Put my who? What's the donation stuff? Who saying y'all can't don't? You ain't said no but a thing. Hang on. Well, right now, we only doing Zelle. And let me tell you why. We were doing Cash App. We are now a nonprofit, and I had to switch Cash App stuff over to that, but they are now taking 8 weeks to verify. If you send us $5, I ain't seeing it. I mean, you send money to Cash App, it may fill up, and it may be just paying for a funeral or something. I don't know. I'd be starving and lights out. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to prepare for that, but we have Zelle. Truth versus Authority have Zelle and PayPal. So let me see if I can put any one of those on our screen, and then you can kind of go for that. But I'm not claiming a freaking funeral. But either way, I already know one person not going to show. We had a war this week, and I just told him, whatever it is, don't show to my freaking friend. Oh, let me take that off. So it's got the Cash App there. Hang on. So let me put the PayPal and Zelle. So let me do that real quick. And I would love for y'all, even though I do use that humor, it is serious though. I do be telling y'all this is real stuff. The fight is real. The fight is real. But I do know that at some point, we got to pick up our pace, because we are going to hire attorneys to cover some of these conversations. If we start bringing these people here, we can get sued left and right. And there are some type of a lawyer that handles these frivolous things. And a lot of creators have them, not us yet, but they do. And so we're going to do that as well. And so I'm doing this right now for those of you who have it in your heart that want to. And don't get me wrong, you can go to our website and buy something. There ain't much profit there, but reciprocity if you just feel like you want something in return too, besides the love that you give. So that's cool too. We believe in reciprocity right across the back. All right, so let me put across the screen. It's going to be Tickering there. There's Zelle. You can do truth, support at truthversusauthority.com. Then a PayPal contact at whythebigsecret.com is the PayPal email. If you do that while we're doing the show, I would definitely give you a shout out while we're doing it. The Church of Roderick. Hey, yeah, you guessed it. We're there. So I don't talk about it, but we've been there. We've been there quite some time. Well, not all the way, but we are complete now. And now we the big dogs when we walk into the building, baby. And we're gonna do a carpet. I mean, not a carpet, but a ribbon cut, right? We're gonna do a ribbon cut. Shit, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna and then tell them to post it on a freaking website because we want all to know that we're here. That we're here. So what I'm saying is, if you ever came into this place, real quickly, I'm taking a detour, but there is like a shared working space. And when we got here, you know, you can get an office thing, a little desk. So we moved on like George and Weezy. So we moved from a little bit of space, then we got the next space, you know, corner. We actually got the corner off. Now we're gonna lose our windows, you know, and us just sitting out looking out the windows, but keep it. Sometimes we use our blackout kit anyway because we had so much stuff there. But now we got enough space and chill and I'm just so excited. I am so freaking excited. I'm not telling you nothing less. I'm just telling you. All right, so MK Ultra. The next one is the moon landing hoax. You know that's on the list is at number 10, and we're going to speed up since we're going to be gone here in about 17 minutes. The moon landing, of course, claims that Apollo 11 was staged or manipulated. Now, if you go back to the Illuminati card game, you will see that they put that out there. And these people were always talking about the future because they had the Twin Towers on a chumps, attempt assassination, COVID, all of these things in 1990 on a card game, the illustrations. And you wonder how they do this, right? So I'll put up a couple of photos here, but they just, it's the real deal. You know, you have to go back. So this particular one, where they're just saying how they landed, and of course we saw nothing. This is a depiction of it was a stage. And in the Illuminati card game, they have, it was staged. They put it on there. Why would they do that? Well, because they did, by the way. And of course, that will be one of the deals. So I think at this point, we should be at a point to know where we, you just can't believe everything. You know, we got to start not looking at what they're doing. I've already said it. It's time to go why, because there's where the answers are is why. Why are they doing it? Why are they doing what we're doing? To give you a up and start next week too, it is time for us to prepare ourselves for the ultimate illusion that they're doing. And we're going to be doing that where I'm going to give you some investigative things that I'm doing. I have to kind of see how I can put it on the screen where you can't see it, where the web address that they give us for the UFO stuff. But I'm going to show you some techniques that we use to break down photos and all of this kind of stuff. So you're going to know all this stuff that they're putting out on social media, what's fake. It'll tell you what's altered, not, oh, that looks like AI. We're talking the real stuff that they are doing now because they're moving to that, and they're going to replace creators. I'm just letting you know. They're going to have people missing, all these people who are just online only. And if they're making some impact, they are replaceable. Seriously. And most people wouldn't even know it. That's how good these systems are. This is why we focus on love, touching, community coming out, because they can't replace us sitting in front of a room like that. Well, cloning maybe, but not real. But I'm just saying that it's the real deal. And so let's just go there and let me take this down and pretty much. All right. So with that being said, let me look and see what we're doing here. And we can kind of go this route to, well, let me check my text. Let's see if we got any. Boy, did we get some support here. I want to thank everybody for nothing all the way. It's funny. It's funny. We didn't get nothing yet. I know it's coming, though, because we're faithful to our needs. But you know what? The most valuable thing you have is your time being here. I respect that, and I do know that. And so don't let that, I'm not getting it twisted. Let me make sure you know that. All right, so let's keep going. So we'll go to number 9, you know, and I'm funny, by the way. I am funny. I didn't get hired as a comedian, but I'm funny. I like to, you know, when I get married, I'm gonna be funny. I'm gonna tell her jokes before she go to bed. She gonna go to bed sleeping. I mean, laughing. She gonna go to laugh. You know, she gonna be feeling good. She's gonna go to bed laughing. Oh, you just so funny. You know. She gonna wake up laughing. You want some breakfast, baby? Yeah, give me some eggs, whatever. Just whatever. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. Now we're gonna get to the Roswell incident. Well, Devin, you get breakfast, right? You married? No, you do. See, this is where I'm allergic to bullshit, right? Huh? Breakfast in bed. Okay, he said breakfast in bed. So is that like a bowl of cereal, or what? How does it look? Hot breakfast. Damn, boy. Hey, London. I hope your kids ain't listening. Cover their ears up right now, because I'm going to repeat what he said. Just text me. Let me know these girls not listening. Tell them just to close their ears right quick. I gotta let that one sink in. But it's grown folks only, so just let me know. And but I'll count to 30 or something or whatever. But at the end of the day, listen. He said, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it modest. He said his wife provides pleasantries and not with shea butter, by the way. But this could enhance things for them though. This Orion, they can see the stars. But either way, she does it before and after. So I didn't mean it like that. Couldn't y'all quit it? I'm saying she cooked the food, whatever, man. She does it both ways, right? He's happy. Okay? He's happy. All right, there we go. That's good. Somebody said my daughter's not here either. Okay, thank you. All right, appreciate it, Victorious. Somebody talk about hot breakfast, baby. Hey, listen, I ain't mad at him. I mean, when I was married, I don't think I got it like that anyway. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, but half and half maybe. Which is better though, the breakfast or the other thing? All right, so let me keep going because that is not what y'all want to talk about. He told his wife gonna slap him from telling her business. You know what? She is not gonna do that. She's gonna be happy for him. He just don't tell it in the right place. If he told it over this place where we get these pork chops, she'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? If he spread the word over there, shit. She is happy. I was just letting y'all know. Okay, so either which way, y'all just got to know what we're talking about, okay? You got to be there. You just got to be there. All right, so the Roswell incident, the alleged UFO crash, was the foundation of everything. And this is where I was going when I was saying that if what you see on the screen, they could have showed us these bodies. They got them. And then we need to worry about the UFO files. If they just showed us these bodies, and in particular, this one right here on the table, this is just made up though, AI, but this is the UFO files we want. This is what we want to see. This is our 13 pounds of flesh. This is, bones now, but we want to see this. This is what I want to see. I don't want to see a thing that's not bigger than this box flying around, because that body don't go in there. And I can't figure out why people are thinking we're seeing alien ships. Now, don't get me wrong, technology, orbs, dimensional stuff is happening. But we want to see the ones that are the ship that's the one that was abducting people. They ain't getting abducted by no orb, by the way. They may get put in some trance and whatever, but they ain't getting inside of it. It ain't opening up, take me to your leader. We want those footage. The one that covers the clouds when you look up, when we think it's a storm, that one. The one that when they get out and there's 3, 4, 5 of them walking, and the ones that how they used to come here. And if I'm thinking flying saucers, probably just as much as a 2080 Cadillac or 1980 Cadillac was a flying saucer to them. Now we got you've seen it escalate today. Imagine their technology, what they're driving around in. You know what I'm saying? So we should be able to see some stuff. That's all I'm saying. And Yeah, it's just crazy how they wag our tails and dogs. That's all I'm saying. So forget the orb. Yeah, everybody with no more orbs. I don't want to see another little because I got a drone and it flies just like the same way. And if you start looking at the ratio of size of those things flying, you will see they're not bigger than the top of a car. But yet they are putting it into the UFO files. Now, keep in mind, anything flying around that we don't know what it is an unidentified flying object. Classification is great. But when they start calling it UAPs, that's when they knew they was dealing with conventional and multinational corporation stuff, country technology, our own technology or companies' technology, because they got to let them test it. Military wants it. So they let them fly around and do that stuff. We just don't need to follow under that. And I'm saying demand bodies. Everybody start demanding bodies. Just like his wife does. We got to get proof of life. That's what we want. Or death. We just want the bodies. Give us the bodies, and then we'll calm down. I know I will. I just want the bodies. It don't have to be a live one. We ain't trying to put nobody in jail. Okay, so number 8, and if you lived here in Dallas, it's famous. JFK assassination remains one of the most debated political murders in modern history, people. And every time they do this, same as they did Charlie Kirk, I'm not saying to the Kennedy family, it's on the same magnitude, but they seem to take out people in public that they want to send a message. Because they can do it in their sleep. He was messing with Marilyn Monroe, for crying out loud. He could have easily got something in the bed. You get what I'm saying? They did it publicly at Dallas, driving down the street in a motorcade on film. They made a statement, and we saw it again recently in September or whenever Charlie Kirk's, and sad to say, you know. But there was one shooter, same thing. It's like a repeat of that Charlie Kirk thing. One shooter or not. Or the files scrutinized. Oh, we're going to release the JFK files. Yeah, you ain't seen the Kennedy dude who trying to do all the medical stuff saying, hey, I need y'all to release my father or uncle. I don't know if he related to him, right? But he ain't asking for it. He could run on that alone. But he knew he don't want that. So, and then we talking about 9/11, you know, those things, you know, we'll get into that next. You know, if you remember that, the demolition stuff and September 11th, you know, those attacks changed everything. 3 buildings falling down versus 2 that they showed, and then another one fall down. Same way down the street, 3 of them fall down. And we still don't even talk about it today. But I will tell you this, though. All of you right now can take your phones, Google right now, go ahead and Google September 11th site. I'm going to give you time to do it because you got to see it. Google the site and look at what the remainder of that place looks like, the memorial. You're going to find the black cubes of Saturn. They just told you who did it. Those 2 buildings now is the black cubes. And they don't do that by hand. That's a message to their folks and the unseen world. That's who was behind it. They took it down. And everybody knows who the black cube, go look at Trump Tower, all that stuff. The black cubes are everywhere. And in fact, we was going to talk about that with Jordan Maxwell stuff today, since y'all had a bad day with the audio yesterday. I didn't want you to go through it again today, even though that stuff would have been really good, you know, but it's in our faces every day. As we got 6 minutes left, and I think in 6 minutes we can get down to our talking points. Number 6 is going to be the Dulce base allegations. This was claimed at underground facilities, human experimentation, all down there. And I don't think it's Bill Cooper. I think he was into this one where he got his hand shot off or something, fingers. So just kind of go through there. All right. Oh, we do have Clark, Vendor Clark. I don't know, with a V. All right. So thank you for the PayPal support. Much love to you. V Clark. I'm gonna say V Clark is the name. Thank you for the PayPal support. We appreciate it 100%. Oh yeah, we have Rodriguez. Thank you for the Zelle support. Appreciate you. Okay, and V Rodriguez, and so both of you, you and the other person. Oh, thank you. Just now, OJ. Well, can we say OJ? But I'll say Jordan. We'll do the last name. Thank you for the PayPal as well. You know, I love you guys. I really do. You know, I do joke about serious things. I just want you to know because everything is humor. We do it. But thank you, OJ, for your support as well. So we have uh, uh, O Jordan, and then we have V Clark, and we have Rodriguez. All of you, everybody, get a shout out to them, please, in the chat. Please give them a shout out, and I appreciate it 100%. All right. So, and for that, we're close enough. I think we'll keep the lights on for tomorrow for QB show. We'll get him on here, and we would do that. So, rest of the world thanks you. They thank you so much. All right. So let's finish though, because I'm gonna tell y'all really the truth. I'm really wanting to get out of here because I need to go look at our new office and look at some stuff. I'm just freaking tickled to death. Okay. I want to go in there and just because y'all have no clue the magnitude of what's going to happen here. The ego, I'm going to get past. I'm going to have an ego of at least 2 weeks. Then I'll tone it back down. But for 2 weeks, 2 weeks is good? 2 weeks, okay. How? All right. She said 2 weeks and maybe an extra week, depends on how I do. If I'm a good boy, that's fine. All right, cool. So we're going to do it. But I am, man, we are, you know, because if y'all seen us squished up in where we are, TK over there and Devin, you know, we put Devin in a box, you know, and stuff. And, you know, just everything. And then we got a hot dog machine. We got popcorn now. We got stuff. And then I am not the neatest person in the world. My brain is scattered as well as everything else I'm looking at and touching and everything else. And God will organize my life. And he's doing it already. But I'm just telling you, whew, it is one of those things. But anyway, yeah, thank them in the chat for the donations. I see them there. We used to have our little machine here that'll go with all the noise and stuff, but we don't have it. All right, so real quickly, yeah, so Dulcie Base was underground. And of course, I think Bill Cooper talked about it, I guess, when he got the aliens and stuff. And I think he said it was reptilians too, you know, and that is something I think we really want to pay close attention to, because I was listening to a rabbi today and he said that whatever's happening, it is some of the reptilians is getting ready to reveal. Now, I don't know if they want to do that because we outnumber them, and that will be a fierce crime of a battle when people find out the manipulation those pesky things been doing. So I think they're going to give us somebody else. They're going to have to give us a tall Nordic or Phil Snyder. Thank y'all. Okay, yeah, there we go, Phil Snyder. All right, hot dog machine. Come on now, somebody. You know what? Let me say this now. I got this thing last time. Somebody, and I thought I had it on my thing. Somebody, oh, you serving hot dogs? Oh, you this and this and that. Listen, all beef, whatever. You can be chicken hot dogs. We got chicken apple with whatever Gouda. You got all kinds of stuff. Whatever hot dog you want to call a hot dog. Okay. And they literally, if you go look on a YouTube video about a week ago, they chastised me all up and down saying I was just not fit to be nothing because no, they said this is why people don't come to your events because you got a hot dog there. And I thought about it and I was passionate for a minute. I was really caring for a minute. And then common sense kicked in. Like, how many times you been to the movies and walked past the darn concession stand? So I knew that person was being petty. So they got the Petty of the Week award because he was like, you know, and then somebody else thumbs him up a couple of times. I'm like, damn, there's 3 of them? 3 of them saw that same viewpoint. They're now coming because we got a hot dog machine. And like we're forcing the dogs down your throat, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. People, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. They got mad over hot. Yeah, Damon, they did. You go look. You'll see in the chat. They was chatting on a hot dog, this, and then literally said, "This is why we don't come to your events because you serving a hot dog." Man, they go to McDonald's and they serving people. You know what I'm saying? They part of the building. The kids got Happy Meals at home right now, probably. You know what I'm saying? Just eating up people. And I got a hot dog. You know, whatever. All right. So Operation Paperclip is number 5. This was a real operation brought by the Nazi, and this is how NASA, I think, got over here. You know, at this point, and people was talking about, you know, how we will, and I think we took those people. I think we went over there, bombed that place in Germany, took it, and then came back and said, "We're going to take y'all people because we want to stay ahead." Because if you remember, the real story is that this is when Admiral Byrd, and this was Operation, I forget, it'll come to me in a minute. But anyway, he went over there, you know, he went to Antarctica, okay? And his whole thing was they were supposed to have anyone over there bend to the will of the United States, because at this time, everybody wanted uranium, China, Russia, whatever. But they had already heard, Hitler did, or somebody that had sent an exploration, a group over there before, and they came back, and I think it was Hitler or somebody, or one of the Russia was upset because he felt that their people just was trying to get out of the weather climate, and so they ended up, you know, unaliving these people. But Hitler and them and all these other spies knew, and supposedly when they got over there, they met these bronze type beings. And the beings told them that they were part of our creation or whatever. They all do that. I told you, everything from everywhere say they're our gods. They just know we're just dumb as all get out. Okay. And we fell for it for centuries. We've given up people. Y'all, the girls, ladies give it up to them easy. Then they eating the babies. Oh, we're your gods, you know, and we just, you're the god, you know, whatever. So the word got out in the galaxy. Stop by Earth. They're going to treat you like a god. That's exactly what happened. But anyway, they came back, and so we went over there with, what is it? Operation who? High Jump. There we go. So we went over there with Operation High Jump. We had like the first nuclear powered submarine. We had like 3,200 people. We had like all these aircraft carrier, everything. We went over there full throttle, and they opened up a can of whoop whatever on us so fast within minutes. And Admiral Byrd came back and he said the enemy showed mercy. And what they found out was it was the aliens. But here's the deal. Germany was already in contact with them, and Hitler was just this close of putting a weapon on one of those Bales type UFOs, anti-gravity. And had he done that, we'd be speaking Germany probably right now, all of us. And so at one point, our military done a good job. They went over there and took care of business. And all right, so real quickly, I'm just going to skate through the top 3 and 4, and because we're past our time in our commercials, and we're just practicing when we get on TV. All right, so number 3, we'll skip that one. Number 4, of course, is the UFO disclosure movement. We will do that one. And then we're talking about, all right, so it's going down. What's going down? What you got? It says going down. That sounds good. Oh, it went down. Okay. All right. Boy, y'all cooking it up. All right, then. I like it. Looks good. Food looks good. And, you know, I'm hungry, y'all, by the way, too. Huh? You too? And we're going to celebrate something, maybe. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, so I'm going to end this, and I'll get to number 1 tomorrow, right before we get Darren Kuby here tomorrow. And we'll talk about the Michael Jackson stuff. And it's going to be really good. And we'll stay a little longer with him Friday, you know what we're going to do. We can just go ahead and do that. By the way, Disclosure movie is coming out June 12th. However, Holly says she's going to go see it without us. I didn't mean to call her out, but it was so memorable, her saying that. I was like, because if you come into our event June the 13th, that Saturday, you know, our group event, we're going to try to see if we can go ahead and get a group set of tickets, at least 10 or 15. And then all of us who are at the event, y'all can prepare, maybe a couple of hours gap. We can hang around. We're going to caravan over there. I'm going to try to make sure we all wearing our shirts. I'm going to try to, we may even package and sell the shirt and ticket together, or you can buy the ticket through us and we just kind of make sure we can go as a group. Now, if it's going to be really high and we can't trust some of the folks, then you can just, just sit where you're going to sit. Then we'll sit where we sit, but we're going to go see that. And we ain't talking in the daytime. So make sure, probably at night, 7, 8 o'clock or whatever it start. But TK is going to get that information. And so we're going to go, and it's about 26 miles from here. Minutes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're going to go to this theater that has these seats that rock and move. You said stuff come from the sky too? Like what? If it's rain, you get wet, like really wet? Ooh. Like mist. All right. So if there is like a scene with rain, the rain comes down. And what if it's a sex scene? What happened? Hey, what if it's a sex scene? Hey, what happened? No, not what happens. I mean, do drizzle? Do lightning? I mean, something coming from the bottom. I mean, you know what I'm saying? What the seats moving? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all. I'll be interested in if they showing that movie. We gonna be there first. Shit, be like what? But anyway, all right. But anyway, yeah. So we're gonna go over there and we will watch it together, and because we got to see that one, man. That we gotta all see that one. That's our classic show, and we will check that out. But yeah, so hopefully y'all enjoy our 5 for 5. We takes a lot of goodness, but I love coming here at 5 o'clock now, and then when I'm done, we just kind of chill and we can kind of do that. So with that being said, I love you. I appreciate you. It's been a plum, pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege being here with you today. And for those of you who have supported and sent some stuff today, thank you for keeping the light on for everyone. This is a community event. Everything helps. Pennies, thoughts, dimes, nickels, plus dollars and quarters, and everything else. But either way, just your presence here right now and giving your time, because it's the most expensive thing you can give anyone is your time. And I'm learning that even more, that you want to make sure you understand where that is going, because you do not get it back. You do not get it back. I don't care how you slice it, do whatever. When it's gone, it is gone. So, take time to do that. Anyway, love y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Let's roll.
UFOs.
UAPs.
Unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Who are they? Where are they from? And what is their intent?
All questions that immediately come to mind with the mention of UFOs.
A Pentagon report is detailing a dramatic increase in UFO sightings, more than 350 since 2021. Many of them are explained as being drones, birds, or weather events, but half of them remain unexplained.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
This video taken by the Navy showing what he describes as pyramid-shaped UFOs flying over the USS Russell off the San Diego coast in July of 2019. The Pentagon has since confirmed that the video is authentic.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection. Late this afternoon, a bulletin from New Mexico suggested that the widely publicized mystery of the flying saucers may soon be solved. Army Air Force officers reported that one of the strange discs had been found and inspected sometime last week. Our correspondents in Los Angeles and Chicago have been in contact with Army officials endeavoring to obtain all possible late information. Joe Wilson reports to us now from Chicago. The Army may be getting to the bottom of all this talk about the so-called flying saucers. The As a matter of fact, the 509th Atomic Bomb Group headquarters at Roswell, New Mexico, reports that it has received one of the discs which landed on a ranch outside Roswell. The disc landed at a ranch at Corona, New Mexico, and the rancher turned it over to the Air Force. Rancher W.W. Brazil is the man who discovered the saucer.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are.
More people are coming forward with their own sightings.
Videos recorded by U.S. Navy personnel have added a new layer of evidence to the current national debate about UFOs.
Right at that moment, I saw what looked like 5 lights flying in formation in kind of an inverted check mark.
The NASA independent study team did not find any evidence that UAP have an extraterrestrial origin. We don't know what these UAP are.
The mysterious flying objects are still a mystery. NASA will continue investigating them and has appointed a director of UAP research.
Technology that we faced was far superior than anything that we had.
Let's try.